What is up, everybody? It is Hunter with Lost Socket Garage. This is our weekly podcast show where I go Mustang shopping live and we cover the values and we talk about Mustangs and we talk about other stuff and we answer questions. So if you're here, what's up? Say hi in the chat. Any questions you have along the way, feel free to throw those in the chat as well. We have a show not planned for you. So let's get started. Okay, first and foremost, a little bit of disclaimer. Actually, first off, I hope y'all are doing okay. Is everybody doing okay out there? I hope everybody's staying safe. Y'all on the West Coast, California, so sorry. Our thoughts are with you guys out there. Yet the other half of the nation frozen. So I hope everybody's safe. I hope everybody's doing awesome. And I appreciate you guys taking some time out of your day to watch me talk shit and shop for Mustangs. So what we do on this show is we take a look at, pardon me, Mustang values, and we take a look at live Mustang ads just to show you guys what these things are worth. However, as a disclaimer, I'm just a dude looking at Facebook Marketplace. You need to do your own due diligence. Some of these cars, as a shop, we can actually go out and look at for you. So that's always an option. So let's let's get into it. Should we look at some stuff, guys? What is up, Daps? How we doing? Just got a phone with you. I know exactly how you're doing. All right. What are we looking at today? So, when we take a look at values, this market has a lot of variables to it. The pricing is really, really up and down. So, if you're, say, you're new to the classic car world, and you're new to Mustangs, and you want to buy a Mustang, understanding what these cars are actually worth is very, very difficult sometimes. So that's kind of why we do this show, is to show people exactly what these cars are worth. Because you'll go, your first stop is going to be on like Facebook Marketplace, right? Or if you're in like the Four Corners area, it's going to be like KSL. And you're going to look at these prices, and they're going to range from like $2,000 to 120 fucking grand, right? So I want to bring a little clarity to that. I'm kind of a data-driven guy. So I found this tool like when we first started this show a few months back. It's just classic.com. Guys, we're not sponsored by anyone. So anything that I show you on this show or we recommend is something that we've used before or we like and we're not getting paid to talk about, but I'm here to help you guys. So classic.com is a really cool tool, and it's not just for Mustangs. You can find any car on here, and basically what they do is they take auction data from like Hemmings and Bring a Trailer and Mecum and all of the major ones. They take that pricing data and they show you the cars and what they've sold for and what they didn't sell for, if they never sold. And it kind of gives you a solid idea, and it shows this in graph form. So what we're going to do to lead off with, just to kind of give you guys an example, is we're going to take a look at this 1965 Ford Mustang base. This color looks so different in the sunlight. It looks orange right there. Okay, so if we are... You can have profile pictures on KSL now? That's weird. Okay, so 65 Ford Mustang base. If I'm going into this and I'm like, you know what? I really like Mustangs and I want to buy one. Is this a good deal? So you come over to classic.com. We're looking at a 65 Mustang hardtop. I already follow these markets, but you can like go through and like follow the actual markets. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I clicked the wrong button. Nope, just kidding. Here we go. I'm doing stuff. I have taurine entering my body right now, so calm down. Easy. Okay, so this is a combination of data, okay, of sales data. This all of the for sales on these different websites, like, and a lot of them are actual live auctions and stuff, but they get recorded online. So you can see this one, Meekum at Tulsa. This was Meekum, you know, Bring a Trailer. So these guys have a bunch of different sources. But what all of this says is that from 1964 to 1966, Ford hardtop Mustangs, based off of about 709 sales on these various auction websites over the course of the last 5 years, the average price of them sold is $23,000. So I know that on average, and most of these are selling on like larger auction sites, so they're probably restored. So I know that the average for a Mustang Coupe is about 23 grand. Now you're going to have outliers like this one, if you guys can see that. This is 64.5 Ford Mustang K-Code Coupe, 4-speed for 50 grand. Yeah, it's 50 grand. It's a coupe, and you're gonna have, or sorry, it's a K-Code. You're gonna have ones like Restomods, but that's why. Oh, that's in Euro. Oh, that's 100,000 US. You're gonna have ones like this, but you can like click in, and you guys kind of get the picture of what you can do. You can view the listings, etc. Again, we're not sponsored by them. This is just really handy shit. So I know that for running, driving, finished Mustang Coupe, I should be looking around the 20 to 23 grand area. Is this in that range? Yeah. Let's read the ad. It's gorgeous. Definite head turner. Everywhere we go, we are moving. And don't have a place to put it. Sad face. This Mustang is straight 6. And I'm going to stop right there. I'll be honest. Like, raise your hand. Put a high. Put a wave. Put a middle finger. Put something in the chat if you guys would daily a 6-cylinder classic Mustang. I would definitely daily a 6-cylinder classic Mustang over a 6-cylinder modern day Mustang. But don't get me on that. Don't eat. Too early for soapboxes, people. They're just not worth a lot. Honestly, 6-cylinder Mustangs are just not worth anything because your first step is to go in and yank this out. Now, again, this is about 5 grand below most of the ones you're going to be seeing, around 20 to 23, grand. Oh, blue collar Gandalf, how I missed you. So, like, if this is a situation where you really like the rest of the car, let's take a look at some of the photos. But if you have like a 289 or a 351 or a 302 or something cool sitting in your garage that you don't have anything to put it in, giggity. Title of my sex tape. This might be a good buy for you because, again, if everything else is well done on it, then all it needs is the motor. But, then you need the new rear end, need new brakes. It's hard for me to buy these cars in really good shape if they have a 6-cylinder in them because it's difficult to make it worthwhile. It's beautiful, though. Look at this interior. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I don't like the cloth interior. Is that repop? Is that cloth? Okay. That's cool. Great condition car. If it was a V8, 100% it would be worth 18 grand. In my somewhat humble opinion. I dig it. Oh, look at those wheels, tire. It's a nice car, but, again, if we're talking, this show is about value. We're talking about the value of these cars and the options that you have as far as getting into fastbacks and coupe to fastbacks and what are these things worth. Is it worth 18 grand? Probably not. Is it really well done? But I'm closer to 15. Like if you walked up to this dude, or if you had me walk up to this guy and say, everything is so pretty on this except the motor, I'll give you 15 grand, and he took it, yeah, that's a deal I'd take all day. Not a good candidate for a coupe to fastback conversion. This thing is too pretty. So if you're looking for like a donor for a coupe to fastback conversion, 65, 66, we'll get to you here in a second. Oh, okay. Let's take a look here. We're still on KSL. Okay. This one's 65. This is well done. Again, this would probably be in our price range. This would be what we're looking at. If it's well done. 1965 Restomod, meaning it has been restored and modified, just in case you did not know what Restomod would mean. I modified this Mustang to make it more reliable and safer to drive. The build order is 11 pages long and is available on request. My goodness. Contemporary rebuilt Ford 302. Original was 289. 5-speed manual, 4-disc conversion. Large rate. So this is really well done, guys. I think I've showed this one before. Does that say GT302? I think that says GT302. Oh no, it said GT350. I thought it said GT302. I'm like, what the fuck? Really nice build. We've covered this one. I've shown this one a couple of times. This thing's fluff and gorgeous. And if you just want something to rock around on the weekends or a daily driver, this thing would probably be good for you, man. I think it's an awesome deal. I can't tell if it's probably fuel injected. Brand new interior, TMI interior, bucket seats. Man, this thing's dope. I would rock the shit out of this car. The straight hi Shayna. The straight 6 can be built, but a stock V6 is very underwhelming. Yeah, and I've actually, so I saw a video, I think it was on TikTok or something, not too long ago, of a dude who was cranking out like, I think it was like 400 horsepower out of one of the inline 6s. That's fucking nuts. That's insane. But yeah, I mean, the stock 6s are underwhelming. Honestly, if you've driven high, semi-high horsepower cars before, even a 289 is fairly underwhelming. It can be built very well. So can a 351. But kind of, I think a shock that a lot of people have is when they drive an old school carbureted motor versus a V8 modern equivalent. It's different. It's so different. It's a different style of power. It's underwhelming sometimes. It's fucking weird. They can be built, but honestly, a 6-cylinder, not worth it. Stab the DM. How's the Golden Nugget? That is a wonderful question. The Golden Nugget, I don't know if I want to say it or not. I'm going to say it. The Golden Nugget's fastback now. Yay! Golden Nugget's fastback. It's still on the jig. Derry's kind of buttoning it up right now. He's just filling in the tail section, the little from the quarter panel to the tail panel. There's a little L bracket that goes there. So he's wrapping that stuff up. That's like the last stuff. Then we're going to get it. We're finishing a 64.5 right now, which I talked about last. I talked about last week. It's cool. It's like the 451st Mustang to roll off the San Jose factory on day 3 of production. So we're wrapping up a floor pan on that one right now, and then the Nugget's getting back on the lift. Suspension's coming off. Frame rail connectors going in. Jiggery pokery. I'll do a video update soon. I'm still working on the video for Oscar. A little trip down memory lane, and there's a lot of cuts in it. So I got to get the video for Oscar done first. That'll come out probably next week, and then I get to start working on the Nugget video. Say it. Chris, you're so happy. I know you're happy, dude. I know you're just fluffing pumped right now. This is a beautiful convertible. This is a beautiful convertible. Okay, but the price tag. Let's take a look. Let's go back to the data. Let's take a look at, what are we on? 66 convertible. Yeah, here we go. Now, in the pecking order, as far as body styles, from 65, I'm just going to say 65. From 65 to, I would really say 71, which is mostly what we deal with. And that's where our expertise lies, right? So speaking to our expertise, the pecking order as far as body styles are concerned, the lowest value body style is going to be a coupe. Next step up, convertibles are still holding their value, and there are a lot of collectors looking for convertibles right now. And what we're looking at right now is a 65, 66 convertible. These on average sell for about 36 grand. That's very reasonable for a convertible. Some of them, you could say, I mean, stock convertibles, you can find them sometimes for like 25, 35 grand. 67 and 68 convertibles do go up a little bit in average price if memory serves. But like if you want a nice convertible that runs and drives, you're going to pay 25 to 35 grand, period. Now this one is Restomod. You can tell right off the bat because these are, I had these headlights in my Nova. Oh man, they were so fluffing cool. These are like the halo projector headlights. I don't love it on this car. I like the headlights in general, but I don't love it on this car. I think it takes it away. Tell me in the chat, are you a fan of this on this car? These headlights on this car? Well done. Like, this is a really nice restoration. What is it with everybody having fucked up steering wheels, though? It's like the only thing that's messed up on this. Like, I get it, original, cool, but like, come on, kids. I feel like I'm taking a right turn and I'm going to get a splinter. It's completely unrealistic. Beautiful interior. I'd say this is an amazing Restomod. Let's read the description. Just completed. Fully restored. Bro, come on, man. I'll say it before and I'll say it again. If you want me to spend 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 grand on a car, if you want me interested in the damn thing, take the time, write a fucking description, man. This blows my mind. Like, I get it. Maybe he's trying to generate leads or something like that, but I just, you know, especially if you know the pricing. Right now, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, an average convertible is going for like 30, 35 grand or whatever, right? Why is this thing worth 65? And, dude, that looks like it's close to me. What the fuck? Why is this worth 65? And if you can't tell me, you know, I have a short attention span. I'm not scared to say it. If you can't tell me in the first part of the description, like, hey, this has a Ferrari motor in it, then I'd be like, okay, I'll pay $65,000 for it. Wonderful. Okay, moving on. This one is just so near and dear to my heart. I'm joking. There's a backstory on this, but I don't want to keep going into it every week. This, however, is a stupid, screaming deal. This is a coupe to fastback conversion. I know who did the conversion. The only catch to me really recommending this is I would want to take a look at it and you know, make sure all the measurements are good first, which I'm 90% sure they are. This is a 67 coupe. I think it was a 67 to start with. I can't remember if it was 67 or 68. What do you say here? Yeah, 68. Okay. So 68, a lot of new metal on this car. Some metal work still needs to be done, and part of the conversion still needs to be done, but we're talking about a very small amount. If this is something you're interested in, I would be happy to look at this and kind of break down over the phone exactly what we would need to do to this. Okay, but to give you an idea, you need some patches here, a little bit of metal work here. I'd want to clean this up. We'd need to install the bracket kit. Couple of odds and ends, man. But so I know the owner, and he watches this show. Say what's up, Wes, if you're on here. I know the owner, and you know, I've shown this a couple of times, and he actually dropped the price on this live on air last week. So, dude, this is a solid deal for this car. 12 grand. It's a clean title, coupe to fastback conversion. You know, you're a little bit of money to get it completed as a roller and ready for whatever you want to put into it. So if this is something that you're interested in, I got the inside track. Go to Lost Socket, or just shoot me an email, LostSocketGarage@gmail.com. Bootney the Ripper. What's up, dog? Dude, you look like The Undertaker. Badass. I wish I looked like The Undertaker. The Undertaker, if memory serves, I was a little bit into wrestling, like the WWE shit when I was a kid. But I feel like if the Undertaker was like digitized and made into like a Roblox or a Minecraft character, they really wouldn't have to do that much. Like his face was like really fucking square. Can I do the eye thing? Didn't he do that? He did like that or something, right? I don't remember. Thanks. I'll take it as a compliment. It was always so cool. Was it the Undertaker that would do like the Nosferatu out of the coffin or something like that? That was always really funny. I dug that part. Okay, let's see here. Don't worry, we'll get to Tokyo Drift here in a second. 65. Pardoname. 65. This is really clean. Let's read the description. Are you looking for a beautifully restored 1965 Mustang that will stand out at car shows or that your friends and neighbors will ooh and awe about? Josh shown this a few weeks in a row, and I don't get tired of reading that description. I love that he puts me in the driver's seat, and I'm picturing my friends standing around going, ooh, ah, ooh. Like, I'm there. I'm sold. 25 grand for this coupe. Has a 289 with factory air. Factory air car. Dude, that's dope. Basically, it has a 289 with factory. You know what that tells me about this guy? He probably knows a lot about this car, and he's willing to share a little bit more. It's got some extra stuff. This is fully restored at 25 grand. Again, this is a dope pick if you guys just... like for your first Mustang, or you just want to rock something around on the weekends, or go to the drive-in, which unfortunately here in Salt Lake we don't have anymore. Stupid. I like the drive-in, kids. Like, how cool is it? You just roll up to the drive-in in a Mustang, you put a little speaker on. Great buy. 25 grand. This is right in the price range that we want to aim for. So as long as you're happy with the 289 and power brakes and factory air car, like factory air, that's dope. That's a solid price for that car. Okay. Yes, I have shown this car before. No, I don't get tired of showing this car. I have thoughts. Give me your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts in the Chatamus Maximus. You picked up a 68 Coupe, Bootney. What's up, man? What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do? Tell me what you're going to do. Are you going to turn it into a Fastback? Are you going to send it to Utah? I can cut it in half. I'll turn it into a Fastback. Make you a really good deal. Or you could sell it to me and buy Wesley's. Oh, hey, Wes. I didn't see you there. What's up, baby? Y'all already talking to the chat. Wes typing right now. Hey, I would take a core charge if you wanted to sell me your coupe. I'll sell you this Fastback. I'm reading your mind, Wes. Over $60,000 invested. Less than 2,000 miles on the entire build. Details are in the photos. Car is currently in Utah, can be dropped off. Okay. I want to see the concept art for this car. This is so you guys know, this is like, I'm not digging on this car. The amount of work that's in this car is fucking insane, okay? I'm not digging on this at all, but I want you to know this is not an Eleanor clone. This is custom. And it's nuts that they kept it a coupe. Like, it blows my fucking mind, man. Okay. Let's get into this fully custom. Tell me what you like about if you like the paint job or not. I'm torn on it. I dig it. I'm not sold on the red. I love this spoiler, though. That's dope. That's amazing. It's the weird body kit. So weird. I pointed this out. This is like a modern-ish rear valance. I'd be really curious to see what they made this out of. I like this look. It looks really clean. It looks like, hey, you know, I'm going to Java Joe's to get a mochaccino, but like I'm gonna go to autocross later. Like, that's kind of the vibe that's putting off right there. Body kit's nuts, man. Rear mounted battery, of course. I mean, it's clean. It is 100% a beautiful build. I'm waiting. Jags wheels. Jags wheels. That's like, it's like spending $100,000 on a Corvette and putting rip-off Motegis or Inkies on it or some shit like this. Is, I don't get. Okay, you could have done better. Oh, I don't want to zoom in. Okay, this has a lot of stuff. 347 stroker. Not for $60,000. Yeah, I mean, you could do this build cheaper, but I want to get to the body kit because there's interesting stuff. So you guys know this is not an Eleanor body kit. Again, these are not Eleanor skirts. The Eleanor skirts kind of like have a little bit more of a They're angled down a little bit more because the flares don't come down as far. Um, great work, honestly. Interior, exterior. All metal body done by famous car designer from the ATV show. But I put it on Jegs rims. I don't get it, dude. I don't know. I think it's a beautiful build. It's worth 65 grand. It's completely custom. I would have to love every single thing about this car. And then if I did, I would just buy another coupe that I'm going to show on this show and do it for fucking cheaper. Oh, 65. Oh, sorry. No, this is 45 grand. I thought I had 65 grand in my mind. For 45 grand? I don't know. I'd chat with them. I still want to see the concept art, though. Let's see. Fastback, the only way to go. Amen, dude. Only way to go. Daps, that car just looks too busy. It's a lot. It's a lot. Last week I said it looked like Need for Speed Underground, which was the coolest fucking game ever when it came out, because they went into this thing where you could like shape and mold like the body kit. So you like put it like you get your cool Corvette or Skyline R34, and then you could like move the body kit around and stuff. That's what this shit looks like it was designed in. I'm not mad. Like, it's cool as shit. Don't get me wrong. Okay, let's look at a couple more on KSL. I am not showing this Fastback again. I've shown this Fastback like 6 times. Dude never wants to put up more pictures. Being whiny today. If Corvette Summer went with a Mustang. Yeah. Olaf from Savannah, Georgia. What's up in Savannah, Georgia, man? How you doing, Rob? Rob, in Georgia, I think it's in Athens. If you look up a dude on many of the Facebook Mustang groups, dude named Harry Burrows sells a shit ton of Fastbacks. He has like a farm. I think he grows them. Maybe. What do I want to show? Let's see here. 66 10.5? Oh shit, that's good. Is it running driving? 280, dope. That's like that was pretty precursor to the 289. So 66, 280, bored out and rebuilt. Everything else under the hood is brand new, less than 20 miles on it. Dual exhaust, all brand new. Well, a few screws, hardware. Yo, where is this? Lehigh. So I'm gonna put this in the category. I'm gonna put this in the category of really, really good candidate if you guys wanted to do a 65 or 66 coupe to fastback conversion, because this is running and driving, and I'll kind of walk you guys through the math here in a second. But let's take a look at the rest of it. You're gonna have a little floor damage here. I don't know if it's floor damage, but I mean at least surface rust. Love that exhaust. Okay, something's going on here. I don't know if that's a weld, but there's a little bit of surface rust. This might have been repaired, which means A, it might have new drop downs, or B, it needs new drop downs. But again, if you're buying this for a coupe to fastback conversion, we don't give a shit about that, because all of that's coming off as it is. And look at this interior. Damn. Only sad part about making this fastback is you can't use this back half of the interior. So like all this shit's gone. Front half you could use, and I really like it. Like, I don't know if have I not showed this car before? This is a good deal. I don't think I've showed this car before. I might have. I don't remember. But so if you're looking for first off, a good candidate for just like a Sunday driver, this is a no-brainer at 10.5 for a running driving coupe. I know it's got a 280 in it, but still, like, it's been built, it's been gone through, and it looks like it's been done right from what I can see. Face value, obviously, right? So you'd want to go and inspect this car. I'd be happy to drive out to Lehigh. If you want to shoot me an email, LostSocketGarage@gmail.com. I'd be happy to go give this car a once-over for you. So if we take a look at the math, let's say that you want a 65 fastback, okay? 66 fastback. You're buying completely restored and brand new for 60 or 70 grand is what it is, okay? This, at 10.5 grand, I'm going to charge you around 15.2, to cut this car in half and to turn it into a 66 Fastback for you. That means once I'm done, you have a running, driving 66 Fastback that needs a paint job, a few interior pieces, and some glass. You have that car for 25 grand, 26 grand. You get it painted, you spend 10, 15. Let's say you spend 10 grand on the paint, 36 grand. You're 40 grand and it's built to spec for you. And you're saving 15, on average, 15 to 20 grand if you did this yourself. That is the math behind. And I break this down in I think it's a video called What to Look For in a Coupe, for a coupe to fastback conversion, but I kind of break down the math visually. But that's the math we're working with here, and that's why this would be a good candidate for a coupe to fastback conversion if you wanted like a Gen 1. I've shown the rest of these cars a lot. This one is a little bit on the high side. It is a GT. It's really, really bright red interior. It's really kind of on the edge of what I would pay for it. And then this one, I don't remember. So let's take a look at this one real quick. Oh, yeah, okay. So this was a Restomod. Love the tail lights. Love the paint job. 36 grand, still a little bit outside, especially since it has a 289. Aircon car, which is cool, but again, I don't think a car like this is worth 36 grand. Said it before, I'll say it again. A car's worth what you'll pay for it, though. You know, maybe that car tickles your fancy. Maybe you're like, I really love that car. And I have 35 grand burning a hole in my pocket. Rob, I don't care for the rims on the headlights. Oh, yeah, on the Tokyo Drift car? Yeah. Rims are like, I feel like he had 60 grand for that build, and he got to that point, and he had spent $59,550, and he had no money left for wheels and tires, so he jumped on Marketplace and took these. Or he has a set of like $5,000 wheels that he put on something else that he doesn't want to sell with this car. That could be I've done that shit before. I've done it a lot. All right, so we're going to switch over to Marketplace, which is always just a super happy fun time. But first, if you guys are enjoying the content, consider liking, subscribing. Also, what would actually be a really, really big help is sharing the show, because I'd like to grow this live show a little bit. This is something where I want to be able to answer all your questions about coupe to fastback conversions, about pricing on Mustangs, about what's worth it, what's not, about what I do in my spare time. Do I really underwater basket weave and have a side gig as a YMCA stripper? I don't know. No one's asked me that question. But that's what this show is for. Like, subscribe. That's the free way to support the channel. Like, subscribe, comment, help the algorithm, etc. If you want to help the show a little bit more, there's a couple of ways. Down at the bottom, there's you can send like a super chat. That's super helpful. We'll put it towards coffee or whiskey, whatever comes first. Probably whiskey. Also, we are going to be doing merchandise soon. So I'm first off ordering more hats. If you'd like to get yourself a Lost Socket Garage hat, shoot me an email at lostsocketgarage@gmail.com. Otherwise, dude, just keep spreading the good vibes. I keep looking straight down because this is my script. If you notice, it's like 5 bullet points. It's stuff I have to talk about to fill the time. This is unscripted in case you couldn't tell. Guys, I watched a video. Put in the comments, throw like a yes or a heart or something like that. Do something in the chat if you guys have watched Donut Media before. And if you kind of know the thing about Donut Media kind of breaking apart. It's similar to, it happened before the Motor Trend stuff went down. It's similar to the Motor Trend stuff. It's basically where, Donut Media was awesome. A large corporation bought Donut Media. And the reason it was awesome is because of the individual creators in that. And when they lost control, they didn't like working there now. So they've kind of trickled onto YouTube and various channels. James Pumphrey did a series that most people, like, I found Donut Media because of the series Up to Speed. And it's a hilarious, entertaining, incredibly insightful, informational breakdown on like different cars or car builders, or like a history of. Dude, if you guys haven't checked it out, check it out on Donut Media. But he started his own channel after they broke apart called Speed. Speed has like 3 E's. The dude has like 1 million subscribers, so it's not like I'm plugging in his channel because he knows who we are or anything like that. I just really like his content. And he was talking about, he did a list of like the 15 cars that you are now going to be able to start importing into the United States. And if you guys don't know, there's like a general law for importing cars into the United States. It's like the 25-year rule. Okay, so it's 2025 now, which means we can now start importing cars from Japan, Germany, Italy, other places that were made in 2000. Okay, so that's why you guys have seen, if you're into like Japanese muscle cars like Skylines and Sylvias, etc., you started seeing a lot of R33s, or, R32s pop up a few years ago. Then 33s, the 34 just is now able to import. So you find all of these like really cool Japanese or Australian cars, etc., that we weren't able to get. He said something really interesting in it though. He said that in the 2000s, that was kind of like in 2000, that was really the apex, the tippy top of car manufacturing as far as number wise. Okay, as far as pure models manufactured in the world, that was like the tippy top. And I don't remember the numbers, but a lot of cars made, and then demand went down. So only 75% of the cars that were made during that time were actually sold. And so manufacturers were trying to figure out ways to really scale down the amount of platforms that they had to build. And, manufacturers have been doing that for years with, like, for example, a real good example is Ford with the Mustang and the Cougar, right? It's the same platform. Or the classic Mustang and classic Cougar, not that new shit. Chevelle and Nova, same platforms. Like these things were launched off of the same platforms. But in the early 2000s, individual manufacturers started coming together with joint platforms. So instead of having, let's say, just for number's sake and math, 100 platforms that they made, that each manufacturer made, let's say, 7 cars off of, they took it down to 50 worldwide platforms and then made a bunch of different variations and shared platforms. Like Subaru and Saab did it in like 06. Just like there were a bunch of cars that did that. The 06, I owned an 06 GTO, dope car. It was just a Holden Commodore ripoff. That was it. It was just a rebadged Holden Commodore. So they're launching all of these cars off of just a smaller amount of platforms. But what that means, kind of the point that he was getting at, is in 2000, that's really where the uniqueness and the individual styling stamp of each car was lost. And I started thinking about, like, when I was a little bit younger, and all the cars, like, dude, the R34 is so cool, that Skyline is amazing, that's like the biggest, I would love to import that. Or like, I had a 93 RX-7, car was awesome, I wanted like an Effany edition and I couldn't get one, or like a Japanese model, etc. Now all of that shit you can import. And there's really nothing now, if you look forward after 2000, there's really nothing, at least for me, that would require me to go out of the country to find something. There's nothing that unique anymore. There's nothing more to look forward to. And that was kind of sombering. And that kind of leads into what we do here in building cars that people always wanted with a unique stamp. And I don't know, that message kind of hit me hard. It was a little bit like, a lot of cars were on screen, like, you know, the R34s and, you know, the Evo 9s and the 22B STI, which you're never going to get anyway. But like the, you know, all these, you know, another one that I would definitely get is stuff out of Australia. Holden, like, Australia got way cooler shit. It was just like America on steroids that wasn't Dodge. Like, if you take the American car manufacturing, oh, we're going to be fuel efficient. Dodge is up here like, hey, we're going to throw a fucking Hellcat motor in a minivan and see who buys it. Australia is kind of that equivalent to the US. Like, all of the crazy shit. They had the Commodore Ute. I would buy a Commodore Ute so fast because it had like an LS3 in it. It's like 400 horsepower Ute. Ah, so cool. Long story short, I think that we have to focus now more than ever on putting our stamp on our cars, and really like coveting the classic cars that we are able to still have and still get, because I think from here on out, everything else is just going to look like it was designed in a fucking wind tunnel for maximum MPGs or range. I hate saying range. It makes me think, I'm not going to get on electric cars. We don't have time for me to talk about electric cars. On to Marketplace, the place where dreams come true. Catching up. Cover the rims. John, what's up, man? How we doing? Earlier, V8 was a 260. No, you're right. Was I saying 280? I think it is a 260. I don't know. There's one in the shop, but that means that I have to open the door. Derry, on the side of that fender, tell me if it says 260 or 280. I have people for that. Top rank importers do a lot of Japanese domestic market. Yeah, I mean, so the funny thing, and I talked to a lady at a car show who was like at the spearhead initially of the import stuff from Japan. In Japan, their emission laws are incredibly strict, so you'd have to change out the motor at, I believe, 30,000 miles or buy a new car. Like, those were your options. Oh, you like your car? Cool. You're going to have to put a new motor in it. That's how strict they were, right? And obviously, emissions weren't as advanced back then, but there was a massive market from taking these motors from Japan that they couldn't use anymore and shipping them over. And the lady I was talking to was telling me that she was one of the first ones to start organizing the cargo trucks. The amount of money in Japanese import shit, even now, especially getting like these whole cars and filling up containers. Oh my God. If I wasn't into Mustangs, I'd be into the import stuff. And you'd see me in Japan buying stuff. 260. That answers the question. 260. Earlier V8 was a 260. I knew the 280 didn't sound right, but you know. Okay, on to Marketplace. We're looking at a 69 Ford Mustang Jeet. Hey, Coupe. So for the pricing on coupes, because I don't want to have to keep going, I want to keep going back to classic.com to show you. The coupe pricing from 65 to like 71 is pretty much the same across the board. It's like $23,000 to $26,000. That's the average price of a coupe with these first gen Mustangs. So at 10 grand, cool. Selling my Mustang coupe, have lots of parts listed on last slide. 302, dope. Don't know if it's running or driving. So he has a lot of parts. No, come back. He has a lot of parts listed on the last slide. This is the last slide. Okay, he's lied to me once. Sir, what is your name? Tyler. Tyler, you've lied to me once on this ad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 parts is not a lot of extra parts. You've lied to me twice on this ad. If it wasn't for the price of your vehicle, I wouldn't be showing it. It looks like it's in pretty good condition. Chrome's still there. It looks fairly decent. This is in where? Garden Valley, California. If this is rust-free, honestly, it's a solid deal as it sits. Running, driving 302. I like it. Solid deal. I'm not driving to California to look at it, though. Ain't worth it for you or me. Let's see. I like this car. This is pretty. I don't really like 1970 Mustangs much. I really don't. I don't. 69 is where I stop. Title of my sex tape. 12.5 in Billings, Montana. It's very windy in Billings, Montana. Don't ask me how I know. I love the color, though. This is dope. Just black accents, orange. I'm digging it. Those wheels. Let me see these wheels. I like those wheels, too. This just screams Restomod from, like, first glance. And it also screams Restomod in the first word. I like this guy already. Cody. Thank you, Cody. I like your ad and your Mustang. Driven 69,000 miles. Aha. That's real convenient there, Cody. Restomod Mustang for sale. Has a Mustang too. I like it. Front end with no mounts for engine as of yet, so you can put whatever you'd like to in it. Technically, no, you cannot put whatever you'd like to in it. But yeah, you can pretty much put most stuff in there. Let's see. Needs a new floor pan. Aw. All welded in. Selling it because needs new floor pan. All welded in. Oh, okay. Needs floor pan. Great shape. Sprayed orange. Brom racing seats. Ooh. Price is OBO. 12 grand. Billings, Montana. Middle of bumfuck nowhere. Ah, man. I really like this car. Those seats are a little bit much for me, though. I feel like I would just look like a midget if I wasn't like 6'4" sitting in that car. Is it worth 12 grand? No motor. Has a Mustang too? Yeah, I think it is. That's a good one. I like that one. I'll give the LSG stamp of approval on that bad boy. Tell me if you guys like that color down below. Comment, chat, do stuff. I'm lonely over here. Just looking at Mustangs. Oh, look, this one has a video and it needs a new battery tray. Weird. Okay, so this one we're going to categorize coupe to fastback conversion for 67, 68. This is going to be a fairly solid pick. I've seen this one before. When we're looking at a price range for a donor coupe, for a coupe to fastback conversion, I'm looking in like the 3 to 8 range. No motor, no trans, just a roller, clean title. I'm looking 3 to 8 range. It's kind of the sweet spot, honestly. And it's pink. It's pink. I would keep it pink. Make it Barbie. Woo! Coilovers. Okay. See, 8 grand. I need to have this car really not need much metal work on the bottom. I say on the bottom because the whole top's coming off, right? I'd like to have the doors in good condition because repop doors are dog shit. But I'll show you here. Let's see. This stuff, I don't care. On the quarter panel, we want rust around the wheel well. We want rust around the quarter panel. We want rust up here on the sail panel or on the roof. That's our negotiating power to get this car driven down further in price when we know we're just replacing that with all new metal anyway. Looks like a couple of... no, those are original engine pans. So, new battery tray, obvi. And the description is definitely a project car. I don't think he's selling this whole setup for 8 grand. Motor, trans... If this guy in Vegas is selling motor and trans and the car for 8 grand, hit him up now. Grab it, because that's a smoking deal. So, even as a roller at 8 grand, it has some suspension mods. We're not really sure. It's got a bucket of parts with it and stuff. 8 grand, again, that's a little bit on the high side. Ooh, rolling shell. Interior's not complete. Floor is rotted. I have a replacement floor. I have replacement floors. Ugh. I'll has a bolt motor that is a 79-351. I don't think he says if he's selling it all together. If he's selling it all together, oh, and a T5 trans. You guys need to buy this car if he's selling it all together. And then what's going to happen is you're going to keep all the stuff in your garage in boxes. You're going to send the car looking like this to me. I'm going to charge you around $13,700 to turn this into a fastback. I'm going to send it back to you. You paint it, and then suddenly you have a running, driving fastback with some cool shit on it for like 30 grand. Solid buy. I like it. Stamp of approval. Okay. Let's see. Orange is cool. Needs some tasteful graphics. Yeah. I would say tasteful graphics. Like, you know, if we did like pinstripe down on the rocker or something, like something simple and subtle, or like a black cowl. I don't know. That sounds cool. I'm just spitballing here, folks. Okay, 66 coupe, 13 grand. What do I want at 13 grand? I want running and driving, honestly. I will not respond to if this is available. If it is published, it is available. Nice 66 Mustang. Everything works properly and drives great. Clean title. Has Dynamat on it. You're going to need new door cards. It looks like someone wrapped that door card in pleather. Paint looks good. So rust free. Oh, 6-cylinder car. That's where you lost me, kids. You're yanking the motor either way out of this. Again, 6-cylinder car. We covered this a little bit earlier. I don't love it at that price. I'd like it better at 10. Okay, let's get to an actual fastback here, guys. I want to show you the actual fastback pricing because we haven't shown that yet. This show. That's really kind of like the money shot. It's like, how much is a 67 to 68 real fastback worth? That's what everybody asks me, you know? Okay, so we pull up the same data. This is based off of 131 Mustang Fastbacks, 67 to 68, sold on a bunch of different auction sites. The lowest was 10 grand. Is this the 10 grand one? Yep. And it's not, okay, so 10 grand, that's not even a fastback. Okay. So your average price for a fastback is about 71 grand. You know, typically I'm going to come over here and look at like not the Restomod ones, because you're going to pay 70, 80 grand for those pretty easily. But I look at like the 302 car, 351, nicely restored. You're paying 50 to 60 grand fairly easily for these. Okay. That's the sales data. So if we look at this, this is a Restomod. Read the description. Front power, bare disc brakes, clean Colorado title. Needs new taillight panel. Taillight panels are really not a big deal. Not a terribly big deal. You do have to kind of peel them off the quarter panels, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Depends on how bad the tail panel is. We'll look at that in a second. Has a 428 with a 4-speed, 9-inch. Oh, yeah. This is dope. 49 grand. Obviously, it's in primer. I don't see what's wrong with... Does he show what's wrong with the tail panel? Can you guys show me what's wrong with the tail panel? Oh, okay. Now we get into it. There it is. So this car, guys, you have to be careful when buying fastbacks that need metal work. Keep in mind, for this car, you are getting a Lego set and a clean titled fastback for 49 grand. Keeping in mind, this is not painted, which means you'll still need to spend 10 to, you know, let's say 15 grand. I say like 10 grand-ish. 10 grand for a decent paint job. So you're 59 grand into this car. Now, it does have a 428 Cobra jet in it. So that, I mean, that does push the value up. But unless, let's see, let's look at the Marty report here. A-code car, like it came stock with a 289. So there's not like, if it came stock with a 420, like if it was an S code, yes, it would be worth this. But if I was to buy this car, it wouldn't have an inch of rust. I need to be in the 30s on this car to make it worth it, honestly, in my humble personal opinion. Let's see here. Let's cruise through. Oh, where we need to go along here. Okay. Let's look at... Let's look at this one. Okay, this is a 66 for 6.5 grand. 6.5 grand is right in the price range again of a coupe to fastback conversion. But like lead off, this has a Mustang 2 front end in it. This is ready for a motor and the road. The chassis is Motorworks by Chris. Oh, holy schnitzel! $6,500. If it's a full chassis, the chassis is worth that alone probably. Roll cage. Oh. This car is made to go Mach what the fuck in 0.2 seconds. This will get you on the on-ramp to see Jesus faster than you know. Granted, it has no motor, but like this is what it's built for. Is that brake duct? No. No way that's brake duct. This is built to haul ass, people. I like it. For $6,500 and you want to do like... So the rear end is the size of my forearm. Like it's tubbed if you couldn't tell. You should buy that car and put a Ferrari motor in it. Just kidding. Don't put a Ferrari motor. Okay, got about 5 minutes left. So we are going to start our picks of the week. Now, first off, if you enjoyed the content, if you giggled, if I brought any value to your life today, consider subscribing, liking, commenting below, help out the algorithm. Reach out to me if you have any questions on any of the cars you've seen. I can go look at a lot of them if they're reasonably close. I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah. LostSocketGarage@gmail.com. Freest way to support the show, like, subscribe, comment, help the algorithm. If you want to support the show more, you can leave a tip below for our coffee/whiskey beer fund, or you can consider joining our community on YouTube or Patreon, get access to videos earlier. Cruise over, shoot me an email if you want to pre-order a hat. We have hoodies coming too, but I need artwork. I need to show you guys the hoodies first, because I don't know if I'm going to do the same hoodie or not. I'm going to do hoodies too. So, onward to our picks of the week. The first pick of the week is going to be our Coupe to Fastback. I thought it was going to be our Coupe to Fastback pick of the week. Is it? Okay, yeah. This is our Coupe to Fastback pick of the week, which means this is handpicked by me to say, hey, this is a really good deal. So this is a 65 Ford Mustang Coupe. Again, this is in Vegas. I think this guy has a couple of cars listed. Read full description. Original V8 car, C code, title in hand, no engine. So again, this is $3,000. This is a roller. This screams, send this to Utah and turn me into a fastback. Can deliver up to 350 miles, blah, blah, blah. What do we get for $3,000, guys? We get a clean title. We get a 65 that has new fenders on it. We can use a lot of this. The floor looks really decent. There is a worry. There is some problem up here. But guys, as long as the issue doesn't go like back this, like under the seat, as long as the issue doesn't go back under the seat, you can do drop-ins for very, very cheap. And then the rest of this stuff is getting cut up anyway. So for $3,000, this is a no-brainer to do a coupe to fastback conversion on. I love it. I love it. I love it. I want a hoodie with Golden Nugget conveyed on it. Dude, I was thinking of doing a gold... We'll talk. I'm thinking about doing like build inspired. I just don't have like a lot of bandwidth to get like a hoodie design for the car. But I think that once I do the imaging for it and I do like the concept art for it, I may throw that on a hoodie. We'll talk about that. We'll talk. Our next pick is our shop pick of the week, but that window closed. So right now you're looking at what my Facebook marketplace thinks I should buy. And I'm going to pick something, and this is it. Bam! Look at you. How pretty are you? $4,000. This brand new, not new, 1950 Studebaker Champion Starlight could be yours. Cool car. Ultimate rat rod. Bullet nose with a cathedral glass. Oh, my God. I want to know how much this glass costs. This car begs to pop wheelies. Okay, so... this wasn't going to be my pick of the week, but this is, I'm glad I clicked on this. This is my pick of the week. This is my live pick of the week. You saw it here first. Someone drive to West Valley. Me, I could drive to West Valley, picked this up for you. Chances are it has a lot of room for activities under the hood. Oh my God, I love this car. Pick of the week. Yeah! Okay, so... the last pick of the week is Derry's pick of the week, and this is when he sends me something cool and I react live on air. Derry's pick of the week. Meow. Yes, Derry. Yes, Derry. We are on the same page here. I didn't even know Hudson made a truck. I feel like I should have known, but Hudson made a truck. 1947 Hudson Super 6 pickup. There is no way that you can drive this down the street in a crowded area or drive this past a farmer's market without just dropping panties left and right. Look at this beautiful car. Oh, it's so classy. Oh my God. Where has this truck been all of my life? Completely restored. It's got an inline six. See, I couldn't buy this truck because I'd fuck it up. I guarantee you I would fuck it up. 100%. But if I like found this truck in a few different pieces, I'd throw an LS in it. It has a bench seat? Oh, someone buy this. Oh, it's not a bench seat. It's a trunk. This is so classy. Derry, this is the classiest thing you have ever looked at in your life. If you love the content, if you like the content, if it was mildly entertaining, like, subscribe, share the show on the forums and stuff like that. I'd love to grow this community. Until next time, guys, stay safe out there. Spread love. Do what you love. Don't be a dick, and as always, never be tamed. Peace! Have a good weekend.